Hey guys, welcome back to another unmotorized moment of inspiration. I'm your host as always, Dustin DeBane, and today's message is going to be for somebody out there who's wondering, is anybody listening? Is anybody listening to the things that you're saying? Is anyone paying attention to what you're trying to say? So, it's a beautiful day in Iowa. If you're in Iowa, it's supposed to hit 40 degrees today. Get out and enjoy it at lunch. It's going to be absolutely incredible. If you're from Florida, 40 degrees is nice here, so take that. Today's message, I want to share all morning. I have been out in the community. I've been out throughout the Cedar Valley looking for the perfect location, the perfect spot for the upcoming emergence program, the upcoming emergence experience. I'll say it that way. And the reason I'm out looking is, yes, I could have it at my office. Yes, I could have it at a place like a boardroom or a hotel, something like that, just like a walls and me talking. No, I look to create an experience for a person. So literally when they walk in, they look around and they think, holy shit, something magical is going to happen here. I know it. If you try to make any transition, any transformation in the same environment that you've been in, mentally, you're in the same head, right? You have to get outside of that to have a different experience, to create something new. So I do this every time. I try and look for a different experience, a different location. The first emergence experience was actually at a airport hangar, which was incredible. We had 3 airplanes sitting in there. We had lighting on the walls, so all the walls were bright blue. It was freaking. You walked in, and you're like, holy shit, this isn't gonna be typical, because I want to create an experience. I don't want to create an event. Events are boring. Okay, so back to my story. So here we go. I'm out scouring the Cedar Valley, looking for this perfect location. I went to one location. It was literally a ballroom, walls, and she's like, is this what you want? I'm like, no. Went to the second location, wasn't one I wanted. Went to the third location, and I walked in and I talked to the head person, and they said, let me get you the event person. Cool. So I'm hanging out, I'm standing there, and the event person walks over, and they look up at my hat. And she's like, oh, I listened to that. And I said, what? You listen to what? She goes, I listen to that podcast. I go, oh yeah? She goes, yeah, one of my friends actually mentioned it to me a few weeks ago, so I've been listening to that. It's really cool. I didn't say who I was. I didn't say what I didn't say I was the one talking. I just said, that's cool. She didn't know who I was, and I'm like, the beauty of that is no one knows what you're saying. No one's listening. No one cares who you are. What they care about is the message that you're presenting. And a lot of times the message that you're presenting is the message that those people will hear, right? The beliefs that you have within your head filter everything that you hear. You could say one thing to one person, they'll hear one thing. You could say the same thing to somebody else, they'll hear a completely different message. So the moral of the story is this: when you're speaking, have intention with it, but release it, right? Don't go in with like, this is what the person is supposed to hear. This is what's going to happen. They have to know who I am. That's not your role. Your job's to get that person to stir something in their mind, to begin changing, to begin modifying, altering the belief patterns that they have had, they could have gotten to the point that they are in their life. You might want to replay that. If you're looking for an experience, this is it. If you're looking for an event, keep walking. You change in experiences. You do not change in events. The challenge I have for you: where may you need to create experiences in your life? Experiences are remembered. Events, I forget events all the time. But experiences, something that happens very different than how it has been, very intentional, that I remember. I can remember conferences where it was sitting in a chair and just listening all day, not remembering anything from it. However, later on that day, later on that night, if something happened that had never happened before, that was just so freaking awesome, that I remember. And I remember who I was with. I remember the group that I was sitting in. I remember the table. I remember everything in that moment. I remember the smell. I remember the sound. I remember the song that was going on. The experience created it. It wasn't the event. Events can draw you to experiences, but you can't just have an event. This is for somebody out there. Where have you been living in events? Where have you been trying to get a message out there that you're like, just get to know me, and it's like, I don't care about you. It's about the message. Deliver the message, step away from the result. I hope everybody has a great day. Stay warm and stay inspired.